Hello and welcome to another video and podcast from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is Joe and today I'm going to be constructing the perfect free hits team for Game Week 35. Whether you think that is right is another matter, and please do leave your views on the best players in the comments section below. Before we get stuck in, please do press the like button and please remember to subscribe. Keep up to date with our latest videos and podcasts, and do check out the fantasyfootballscout.co.uk members area. All the stats and season ticker and various bits and bobs like that. The planner tool I'm going to be using in this video are all from there, so do have a look at that. Okay, let's have a look at the fixtures, see what we're dealing with here. So in stark contrast to game week of 34, in which we had lots of really good options playing against really awful teams that have been relegated, it's completely the opposite this time around. We do not have that. We have teams like, say, for example, Liverpool. They're not playing a leaky Spurs defence. They're playing a slightly better Chelsea side. No one of interest is playing Leicester, because Leicester and Southampton are playing each other, so that counts out Southampton as well. Ipswich as well face Everton. So I'm not quite convinced by the Everton attack there against Ipswich, but we'll cut. But I've got a picture of Jordan Pickford here. I think it's the Everton defence I'm much more interested in for 35. If I was free hitting now, or if I was wildcarding now, or just simply making transfers as well. Elsewhere in the fixtures, there are some quite good favourable matchups though. West Ham against Tottenham, I like for Bowen a lot. Brentford against Manchester United. Manchester United are, like Tottenham, very much with an eye on Europe. So that means that the Brentford attack, Wissa, Brian and Mbeumo, they are very much in my thoughts here. Man City against Wolves, I actually think that's quite tough. But I do quite like the I think Manchester City will score, so I do like their attack there. But if you've got Cunha, by all means play him. He's not going to be in my free hit team. A bit of a spoiler there. Other fixtures, Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace, quite tough to call. Nottingham Forest can beat anyone and lose against, not lose against anyone, but they can be not as tough as they were perhaps a few weeks ago. Similar with Crystal Palace, patchy really, so really good, for example in the FA Cup, but then some of the league matches not so good. Sarr, brilliant in the Cup, not so good in the league. Really tough to call as well. And there's that Liverpool-Chelsea game that I mentioned as well. I do still quite like it for Salah, but I'm not so keen on perhaps some of the other Liverpool assets there. Elsewhere, you've got some tough ones as well. Bournemouth against Arsenal. Now, that's a good fixture for Arsenal on paper, because Evan Nilsson, as I'm recording, is still banned. He's going to be banned for 3 matches because of his red card, so he will be out until the final match of the game of the season. But Arsenal, they lost 1-0 to PSG. They're going to be facing them again in the second leg. It's crunch tie. I mean, on the face of what I saw in that match, PSG is simply better, but Arsenal, are going to be focusing on that second leg. They're not going to give up. So they're going to be very much focusing that. They're very much in that tie still. It's just a 1-0, but they've got to go to PSG and sort of overturn that. But what lineup will they put out against Bournemouth? I don't know about Saka. On paper, he's good, but I just don't know. I don't know there. Perhaps some of their defenders, because they haven't got much choice there, might be options there. So, yeah, it's a trickier round of fixtures for this one as well. So there's people. So this is the team I'm about to put up is if I had a free hit. But hopefully this is of use to those that are just using transfers. But also there's quite a few people wildcarding this week. So I'll sort of bring that in as well. I'll have a look at a bit of the long term of fixtures towards the end, just to see, because obviously you don't want to be wildcarding just for a 35 squad, but you want it to be good for 35. We're starting to run out of fixtures, but you want it for that 36 to 38 as well. And we at the time recording, I still don't know whether there's going to be any doubles as well. Okay, here's my free hit team. Okay, so I've used the planner tool and the app at Fantasy Football Scout. You can access that at the members area, and you get it's sort of linked in with the Rate My Team tool, which got expected points for each match as well. So you can see for this one, I've used my team as the basis of it and then just made changes. I actually made 9 changes, which is a worry, out of 15. So I do not have anywhere near this team. I do have a certain number of players in the first 11, which is quite good. I'm probably going to get one of Brian and Mbeumo or Bowen in myself. But I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll have a sort of half this team. So it's not great. And because I've got Saka, for example, could switch him out. But I, what if he plays? He looked great actually against PSG. But anyway, so as you can see with the fixtures here, and because the Rate My Team tool at the moment is probably still factoring in Saka playing and starting, the expected points are 54, so it's not like 80 or 90 like we've been used to with the free hits and those that using their bench boost, well, perhaps have been used to. And it's got a 94% rating, so I could do a little bit better according to this tool, but I like these picks here. Okay, I've got to focus here on Everton defence, Arsenal defence, Man City defence as well. I've got to focus on Man City, Liverpool, Brentford against Manchester United, West Ham against Tottenham. Ollie Watkins is in this as well, so I'll come to him in a second. But that's because he doesn't have any... he does have competition, but he doesn't have as much anymore because Rashford is out for the season by the looks of it. And he plays Fulham. He could have a double. Probably won't, but could. Okay, let's go down this list. So I've got a 3-4-3. I've got Pickford in goal. He's at home to Ipswich. And I've doubled up on that Everton backline. I doubled up on the Wolves backline against Leicester last time out. Those that doubled up on the Newcastle defence against Ipswich last time out did well as well. But yeah, I think if it's a free hit, you've got to double up here. O'Brien looks the most likely. Looks like he'll play centre back as well, so he could be a bit of a goal threat as well. That would be really good. I've matched him up with Saliba. I just don't think he's going to be rotated. I just don't think they've got enough options at Arsenal. So I think he'll play that Bournemouth game. And Gvardiol he scored in the cup. I don't want him to score in the cup. I want him to score in the league. But yeah, he's at home to Wolves. I think that's the best I'm going to get, I think, for this. You could go triple at Everton if you really wanted to go for that. I don't think many people are going to be free hitting this week. Maybe, but it's not a great week for a free hit. But this is more just to show you the sort of players to get. Okay, so that's my defence there. And then across the middle, so I've got Jarrod Bowen at home to Tottenham. Well, we saw what the Tottenham defence was like against Liverpool. Jarrod Bowen came away with 9 points against my side, Brighton. What's he going to do against Tottenham at home, with Tottenham firmly thinking about Europe? Yeah, I really like Jarrod Bowen this week. He's actually my vice-captain. Brian and Mbeumo are home to Manchester United. Fantastic again. He's on great form. Manchester United, iffy. I don't know. I mean, they might not get lots of goals with that, but I do like that. I do like that fixture for him. But I also like Brian and Mbeumo. That's with a bit of a nod, really, for the rest of the season. He's just a good player to plug in. Mo Salah. Now, what is his motivation? Well, he's my captain this week. He's away to Chelsea. So a lot of people go, well, even the robot here in Rate My Team has sort of given it a red flag for this one against Chelsea. It's a hard fixture. But is it? Is Mohamed Salah against Robert Sanchez a hard fixture? I don't think so. Is he against a defence with the likes of Cucurella in it a good fixture? I think it is. So what's he playing for? Well, it looks like he's got the golden boot sewn up. He's going for this record with the most goal involvements as well. And he's even referenced it himself. Wow, I want that. I think he's also going for the Euro... Well, I don't think he has personally referenced it, but I think he's firmly in the running to have the European Golden Boot. I'm not sure what that's called. Golden Shoe, something like that. But that's what he's in the running for as well. So he could do... I think he's going to play. There's a great article at Fantasy Football Scout. Do have a look at it. It's by my colleague Neil. I do the team news with. Do have a look at that. It's a really, really good article about slot and rotation when he already won the title in the Dutch league. So he already won that, and then he had a few more games after that. So what did he do? And have a look at the article, because it shows that on the evidence of that one, he's very true to the competition, as in the league, and other teams in it. So Chelsea need to win this. So, Liverpool, if they're true to the competition, need to put up a good fight here. For example, they're playing Brighton a bit later. Brighton are in the running for Europe as well. They're true to the competition. They've got to be putting out a good team here. And the evidence in the Dutch league was that he did. He did just that. He did not suddenly say, well, I'm going to suddenly put, Chiesa in instead of Salah. I could be completely wrong. Neil could be completely wrong. We could be completely wrong. But all we can go is the evidence. And the evidence says that Slot doesn't rotate too much as well. So, yeah. And we got the last game of the season, for example, he's going to be at home. He's not going to be rotating too much for that. He's going to want to sort of parade his best players for that. So I think any rotation is going to be minimal. I think Mo Salah's safe. So my captain here. And the last one in the midfield is De Bruyne. I really like De Bruyne for this one. He was rested in the cup. I think he'll play this one. He's got a track record against Wolves. I can't remember what he got. I think I captained in the Sky game. For those who remember that, where you get lots more points for. Sorry, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Yeah, you get lots more points for lots of passing and all those types of things. So he had a monster score, but he got loads of goals and loads of goal involvements. So I like him for this one. Also, it's the early game. It's the early kickoff. So you might get a leak for this one as well. He's an easy switch to someone like, well, any of these other midfielders. So if you don't have Brian Mbeumo, for example, on your side and you're not free hitting, you can get him in instead. Bowen, for example, as well. Or you can just bench De Bruyne if you don't think he's going to get significant minutes in this. But I do like him for this if you start. I think he should start. Up front, I mentioned about Ollie Watkins as well. So he doesn't have that rotation with Rashford anymore. I think he's got good... I think at home to Fulham, I think he's got a good track record against Fulham. Certainly in recent matches has done well. I've also paired De Bruyne up with Marmoush. I think Marmoush is still the best attacking option, certainly the best value. 7.4. He's at home to Wolves, obviously, as well. And Wissa, so teaming up Brian Mbeumo with Wissa there. I mean, I really like him for this home fixture here. There are a few other options, but I do like him here. So on my bench, I didn't like any other goalkeeper, so I've just put Henderson in. He's already in my team. But he's at home to Nottingham Forest. You never know. But I guess you could get Raya in there. And so instead of Pickford, you could get Raya. I quite like Pickford for this one. I think I prefer him to Raya. My first sub, Rodgers. I mean, old reliable. He does not get rotated at the moment. He's at home to Fulham too. So someone's got to assist Ollie Watkins. Could be him. Kirior, I like him. Because I just don't think there's going to be that much rotation at Arsenal. And then once again, it's that Everton backline. So it's not that many defensive option teams I'm looking at, really. Branthwaite as well, at home to Ipswich, I think is a good option there. With this team, you're probably not going to need that bench at all. Maybe if De Bruyne doesn't play at all. But I like that. So let's have a look at some stats for this. So I've got most of these players... on their stats, sort of why I'm picking them. It's not just on the fixtures, it's form as well for most of these. So these are the key players for Game Week 35 in my free hit. Over the last 6 matches, I've sorted this by minutes per expected goal involvement, non-penalty. And all of these have a multiple goal involvements, which is what you want to see. Loads of assists, loads of goals, loads of points. Marmoush is top, 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 6 matches. 15 shots inside the box, 11 of those on target. That's great. 7 chances created as well, multiple routes to points. He's in 3 in 10 teams overall in the game. That's much more amongst engaged managers. Got 34 points in his last 6 matches. Arguably, he's a captain option. It's just Wolves are actually quite good at the moment, but I do like him for this fixture. Salah, well, obviously, yeah, he's my captain that I've just described, but he's on 37 points over his last 6 matches. He's in pretty much all teams amongst engaged managers, 7 out of 10 overall. He's got 3 goals and assists like Marmoush as well. He's created 18 chances, came away with a sort of a mini haul in the last game week. 17 shots inside the box. He's a regular starter as well. I like him, obviously, and I think he's a great captain. Brian Mbeumo's next, 5 goal involvements, 2 assists, 3 goals, minutes per expected goal involvement, non-penalty every 180 minutes. Salah's every 157 minutes, by the way. Brian Mbeumo, 39 points. Last 6 matches, he's creeping up ownership wise. He's getting on for 4 in 10, 2 in 5 teams overall, and that's much more amongst engaged managers. This is going to go up a lot this week, especially after he had an 18-point haul. He's yet to play, but while I'm recording this on Wednesday, so it's before he plays Nottingham Forest. So fingers crossed he gets through that unscathed. 2 assists, 3 goals, 13 chances created, 9 shots inside the box, on penalties, obviously, as Salah is. Next up, De Bruyne. So he's only had 4 starts, so he's prone to rotation, but he's got a goal and he's got an assist. And he's had 10. He's created 10 chances in that time as well. So he's making the most of it. A bit of a differential as well in 7% of teams overall. Jared Bowen is next, another multiple point scorer recently. 3 assists, 2 goals. Got 34 points in the last 6 matches. Minutes for expected goal involvement, non-penalty, 195 minutes, not too bad. 11 shots inside the box, and he's created 8 chances. Multiple, he just West Ham's best player. There we go. And he's playing Spurs back line. That's probably all you need to know. Wissa here, teaming him up with Brian and Mbeumo. Someone's got to assist Brian. Someone has got to score from his assists. So, once again, 37 points last 6 matches. Minutes for expected goal involvement, not as strong, every 224 minutes. But nevertheless, he's had 15 shots inside the box. Just 6 on target, though, so he needs to get a bit sharper shooting. But I do like him for this Manchester United fixture. Created 9 chances as well. Multiple routes to points, which he's indeed got. So he's got 2 assists and 3 goals, so 5 attacking returns. Next up, Ollie Watkins. Only 3 starts, but that's going to change. So he's pretty nailed on now, I would say. Minutes per expected goal involvement, non-penalty, every 230 minutes. He is creeping up in ownership as well. He's in and getting on for nearly a 5th of teams overall. Got 3 goals and 1 assist from 3 starts. 4 attacking returns in 3 starts. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, he's had 10 shots inside the box over that time. Just 2 chances created, but that's not what he's about. So I like him a lot. Rodgers there, just to show, how much. I think he's a great first sub for this. I'm actually going to play him in this one because I don't have the luxury of a free hit every week. So Rodgers is playing for me. Minutes per expected goal involvement, non-penalty every 245 minutes. That's pretty much on par. When I compiled these tables a lot for these types of videos and podcasts, he's pretty much always that. He's always around that. So he stayed the same. He hasn't dropped. So I don't know. I don't know if he's real. Is he real? Because he's playing every single minute of well, not every single minute, but he's playing most of matches for a really attacking side. He's looking like their best player in pretty much most matches they play. And that's just not dropping off. He's not dropping off at all. So what's he got? 4 assists and a goal. 5 attacking returns last 6 matches. 7 shots inside the box. 10 chances created. So he's got multiple routes to points as well. So yeah, I like him a lot. And just before I go, I just wanted to look at the fixtures for Gameweek 35 to 38. We can't all have a free hit every week. Game doesn't work like that. So if you're wildcarding now, making transfers, this is probably the key one. So luckily, a lot of the players I've just mentioned are quite handy for the rest of the season. Everton defence is quite good to get in, actually. Playing Ipswich at home, got Fulham away, bit tougher, bench them there. Southampton at home in 37, brilliant. So if I was wildcarding now, I would have one of O'Brien or Pickford. Maybe even both, but I think Southampton at home. Then they've got Newcastle away at the end as well. But you need to be able to bench them for some of them. But you definitely want to play them that Ipswich Southampton one. Brian and Mbeumo, Manchester United. But then he's got Ipswich away, brilliant. So this is why I might be getting him in. Fulham at home, pretty good. Wolves away. To be honest, that's probably the toughest. West Ham as well, pretty good fixtures. Tottenham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest. That's the toughest one. And then they've got Ipswich away. So Jared Bowen, and a brilliant player to get in, I think. And Manchester City as well. They've got Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth and Fulham. There is the possibility of some doubles for some of those teams that are in the FA Cup final. And there's been some toing and froing between Spurs and Aston Villa. Spurs want their fixture moved. That could go into 36, their 37 fixture, because just in case they're involved in the final of their European competition. But Villa, understandably, are not so keen on that. It's at Villa Park. And they're quite happy for it to stay there and for Spurs to send their reserves over to them. So that's quite good for them. Meanwhile, it shows you that Liverpool, as well as winning the league, actually got quite tough fixtures. They've got Chelsea. I think Chelsea's okay. Arsenal's tough. And then Brighton and Crystal Palace. The Brighton game will be a bit I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to call that because Brighton are quite good against tougher teams. The Crystal Palace at home game, that'll be a, obviously they get given the trophy then, so they're going to want to win that. They're going to want to put on a show for that one. Could be Alexander Arnold's last game as well. So there's lots going on towards the end of the season. There's lots of good options there, and luckily there's a lot who are playing in Game Week 35 that you can invest in. The only other team I'll mention is Nottingham Forest. I can't really call that Forest. Crystal Palace Game Week 35, but they are worthy of investment as well. I've got a defender myself, and I think Chris Wood is great to get in because they've got Leicester at home 36. That's the dream fixture there. Then they've got West Ham away, and then they finish the season with Chelsea at home. Chelsea may not. So Chelsea will be going for Europe as well. Same with Nottingham Forest. So there's still stuff riding on it. We're not sure what's going to happen there, but yeah, there's lots going on there, and Aston Villa as well. So they've got that Tottenham home game in 37, which is great. They also got Bournemouth and Manchester United away. I think these are all good fixtures, especially for Ollie Watkins there. Okay, I hope that's been a help. As I said, it's a free hit, but it's for everyone. It's for those making a transfer, but also maybe wild carding. Final mention: if you've got the triple captaincy chip, obviously, if there's no doubles, target those relegated sides, as we should call them. So you can see the options there. Just have a look at the fixtures and just think who's playing Leicester, who's a good player, or Ollie Watkins against Spurs in 37. That kind of thing could be quite good. Obviously, if there's a double, your choice is probably made there. And if for the assistant manager chip, that's annoying at the moment because you've got to use it. Well, you want to use it, and you could get the potential of like 40, 50 points, but you're going to want some bonus there. So with the table bonus, the gap between is sort of narrowed for a lot of them. I think the best one there is Brighton, because Brighton are better against better sides, and they play teams where there's bonus there. They could get a result against Liverpool. They could get a result against Newcastle. These are the types of things here. So you need to look at those sort of bonuses there. I just don't like the system managership at the moment. I just don't like it over 3 games. I think it's a bit too constricting. But I think look for that table bonus as well. You can look at the table yourselves and do that. But I would just go for that. I wouldn't go safe because what's the point of that? You can get like 20, 30 points, and that's sort of, I think there's an opportunity to do better and to target those teams. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Whatever you do for the next week and the rest of the season, take care. I'll be back next week for a similar sort of look at picks of 36. There may or may not be doubles. We'll find out soon. You may know by the time you watch this video, so hopefully we've catered for all of that. Take care. See you soon.